Breaking news. According to my source, there is a new updated roster for Mortal Kombat 12. Now, you know it's been a while since I did one, so I went and asked for some updated information and was able to get that information, including some new details that you did not get a couple of months ago. But before we start, please take everything in this video with a grain of salt, as it has not been confirmed by NRS, WB, Discovery, or Ed Boon. So tread lightly. Let's begin to get into the video. So now, the number one person that we are going to be getting, and I can confirm, there are people I will confirm and people that I won't, that's still up for grabs. So basically, Ermac is confirmed. Now, according to my source, Ermac is confirmed and he will be returning with his design that he had in Mortal Kombat 11, as well as other designs. Now, he did not make it into Mortal Kombat 11 due to everything that was going on, so they decided to save him for the next game. Yes, he was at one point going to be DLC along with Reptile. That was supposed to happen, but due to things not being handled correctly with the things going on in the world, they just allowed Shang Tsung to be able to morph into the characters that were not available in the game. Now, Rain was able to make it into Mortal Kombat 11 because his character development was far along at that time. Now, if you need some type of proof that they were kind of struggling and behind, just look at the reveal trailer where Joker's character looked extremely young compared to what he looked like when he first came out. So that's the proof that you need, that things were chaos behind the scenes, but they still managed to make it work. Now, number two is Smoke. Smoke has most certainly been confirmed for Mortal Kombat 12, again according to my source, due to the fact that they have everything that they need for him ready. The majority of his moveset is near completion and his backstory is ready to go. Now, they did use previous games to build his backstory, as Smoke will be referred to as a Ninra. That's what he will be referred to, where he taps into his ancient powers and things of that nature, as far as him being burnt and turning into the Inira instead of being the person that he was before, which was the human version. Now, you guys are wondering, what type of form will he appear in? Well, he will appear as Smoke, but he's going to have a human-like form, meaning that he's not going to look crazy like he was looking in Mortal Kombat 9, where he just, all the characters looked terrible in that game, in my opinion. But now that they're going for more realistic look, they're able to give him that realistic look. So he will be returning with his longer hair, and he's going to have some fantastic gear across the board. So that's what we will be getting for Smoke. Now, everybody's favorite, Striker. So Striker will be returning. The reason Striker was not in Mortal Kombat 11 is the sole fact because of what was going on in the world with police brutality and things going on with BLM. So they had to remove him from the game completely to avoid a PR nightmare, because those videos would have went viral of him doing police brutality as one of his brutalities or his finishing moves, and that would have been bad publicity for the game. So that's the official reason, according to my source, Striker was removed to the game due to the police brutality. And if you're a Striker fan, you know that's one of his favorite sayings. So having a white officer do that to somebody like Jax and having it go viral, that would have been just completely terrible across the board for the game. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this right now. Striker's confirmed. Let's move on to Reptile. Reptile is confirmed also for Mortal Kombat 12, as Reptile is a part of the bunch that was not completed in time enough for him to be able to make it into the game. Hence, this is the reason why Reptile, when he's seen in the crypt, he is only seen with his MKX outfit and his old design. They were not able to get his things off the ground. Now, what they were able to work on, they gave that to Shang Tsung for the characters, and that worked out perfectly because Shang Tsung was supposed to have a different moveset. This is also the reason why Shang Tsung was not able to morph into characters for a very long time, on top of limitations. Now, the original plans for Shang Tsung was for him to be able to morph into any character on the roster, on top of him being able to morph into some characters that are not playable, such as Cyrex and Sector. That's what the original plans was. But due to the limitations of the last gen consoles, it was not in their best interest to do so. So this is something that they will be implementing into the current gen, such as PS5 and the current Xbox, or whatever the case may be, because the loading times are next to invisible, meaning they can do more cool things to make this stuff happen. Also, this is what's going to allow the crypt to come back, as well as conquest mode, because the loading times are fast. Now, when they're dealing with things that involve loading, they keep in mind and they have a restriction, meaning that if you do something, it has to load under, I believe it's like 30 seconds to 2 minutes or something like that, because if not, the gamer gets annoyed and they do not play the game, and the game does not sell well because of people are impatient. And you know, in today's generations, people's, let's say, attention span is extremely short. So you already know that when Spider-Man was showed off by Sony, you saw the difference in loading times. You also saw the difference in loading times for Grand Theft Auto 5. We all know Grand Theft Auto had the longest loading time ever, but it was worth it for a lot of people due to what the game offered. But now if you play it on current gen, loading time is next to invisible. So that allows them to be able to do more. And to back that up just a little bit more, we all remember how on PS3 we had Grand Theft Auto 5, but we did not have first person view. Now by the time we got to the next gen, which was PS4 at that time, we were able to get first person view and more stuff that made the game better. So that's what's going to be happening with Mortal Kombat. They will have a next gen version. And again, really quickly, so I don't confuse you guys, it is still up for debate as if Mortal Kombat is going to appear on last gen, which is PS4, or it's going to be next gen, or current gen I should say, which is PS5 and a new Xbox. So that's still up for debate. Now, should they decide to do both systems, then you will get Mortal Kombat 12 on last gen, which is PS4 and the Xbox, but on the current gen, which is PS5 and the new Xbox, you will get exclusive stuff like maybe Conquest or Crypt mode or something like that, because the game can handle it. Now let's go ahead and move on for that. Scorpion most certainly will be returning. That is a no-brainer. I don't think they want those problems that they've had before in the past where they removed Scorpion from the game and had to make an entire new game to stop fans from crying. Now Sub-Zero is also a no-brainer, but I am told that something new will be happening with Sub-Zero. Now my source did mention something about Absolute Zero, and that's going to be related to the story mode and Sub-Zero being able to power himself up using his medallion, which gives him absolute zero power. Now he does have an ancestor, the very first Sub-Zero that we are supposed to be meeting, because the story mode goes 500 years back into the past, which involves the Great Kung Lao and things of that nature. So I can't wait to see how that takes off, and when I get more information on that, I will be more than happy to get it to you. Now Li Mei was most certainly supposed to be a part of the recent Mortal Kombat games, but due to time constraints, they were not able to include her the way she needed to be included. That's why she was always a non-playable character in the game, because she did not make too much sense. Now, I am told that Onaga is supposed to be returning in Mortal Kombat 12, and remember at one point, Li Mei became Onaga's wife in one of the timelines, so it would be nice to see if they're going to do something where they actually use that, or use it, or kind of allude to it, or tease back to it. I think that would be fantastic. So we will be getting Li Mei. I can go ahead and put a confirmed stamp on that, as well as Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Now Serena, same thing with Serena. Serena has been on the chopping block for a very, very long time. She got cut out of multiple games, and she was in MKX's story mode. You can correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong, but she's in the MKX story mode. And with that being said, her character is definitely being called up for some shine, because they want to make sure there's just as many female characters in the game than there are male characters. That has always been a complaint. So let's see if they can finally balance this out. Now Sonya is also a no-brainer. What's the game without Sonya? I don't think they want to have those problems, and if they do decide not to put Sonya in the game, I'm told Cassie Cage will definitely just be that person that will be able to take over for Sonya. Now my source did inform me that they're looking to make the current combatants gods. For example, you know how in Sonya endings they had the God Squad, and we know how Liu Kang is the fire god and he makes all his friends gods too. So what they're looking to do is introduce a new cast while keeping the old cast and turning them to elder gods, titans, and things of that nature, and also making statues of every character so you can fight on boards and you'll see the legends, Liu Kang, and all of them in the background as statues. That's what they're looking to achieve. Will that actually happen? We'll have to wait to the story mode to find out. Now, before I continue, I do want to file another disclaimer. Please remember this information has not been confirmed by NRS. It has not been confirmed by WB. So make sure you take this with a grain of salt. Now that we got that out of the way, we're going to move on to the next person, Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage is a no-brainer. However, I am told that it's being considered that Johnny Cage would not be a part of Mortal Kombat 12. This is something that they have done with the movie, where they did not include Johnny Cage, and the movie still sold extremely well. So I think there is something where they may attempt this. Now, according to my source, he told me it would be very risky to not include Johnny Cage into a game. Why have that outrage to begin with when you can just put him in the game, or you can kill off his character and let people grieve that way? I don't think NRS need to be tampering with things. I mean, it's okay to switch things up to kind of move forward. That would be fantastic. But do you really want to piss off your fan base? And if they do not include some of our favorite characters, then they're really going to need to deliver so much to the point that we can't even complain, and they need to make it make sense that he's not there. Now, Raiden. I am told that Raiden will be a playable character in Mortal Kombat 12, but as far as him being in story mode, I'm told that Raiden will be dead in story mode. Now, if you want to hear more about that, then you're gonna have to stay tuned. I will be posting a Mortal Kombat 12 trailer. Tripping over my words. I will be posting the Mortal Kombat 12 trailer video as to what will be going on in that trailer, which characters will be involved, and that will give you more details there. So you want to make sure you stick tuned to the channel, because this is your favorite exclusive #1 place for Mortal Kombat content. Now, Liu Kang. Liu Kang will be in Mortal Kombat 12. That is a mega no-brainer, meaning that he will be Fire Guard Liu Kang, and as mentioned in previous videos, they're looking to include Fire Guard Liu Kang on the front of the cover. I have an entire video on it. If you have not seen it, go watch it. Well, the people that are supposed to be on the cover is Fire Guard Liu Kang, Kitana, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion. Those are the people that's supposed to be on the front of the cover. Or they have also put up there that they may just go with a regular Mortal Kombat logo, you know, something that looks a little different, kind of like what they did with Unaga, or a reiteration of Unaga. Don't worry, I'm going to be talking about the premium edition in an upcoming video also, so you want to make sure that you don't miss out on that too. But I will say it would be really, really nice to have Liu Kang and a lot of other people on the front of the cover, because that'll be something completely different, and I think that needs to be done. Like, honestly, that's something that they're going to need to do to kind of give the game that refresher. We tired of seeing Scorpion, at least I am. Now, when it comes to Kitana, Kitana is a no-brainer. That is Liu Kang's boo thing. Wherever he goes, she go, and vice versa. So we can go ahead and confirm Kitana for Mortal Kombat 12. That's a no-brainer. We ain't got to go too much into that. Now, newcomer. The newcomer that we will be getting into the game is the Great Kung Lao. They have finally decided to go 500 years back into the past, and they're going to change the future altogether. Now, mind you, Goro kills the Great Kung Lao in the tournament, which shapes everything, and that's how everything happens from there. Well, this time Liu Kang's going back in time to train him, and he will not lose that tournament against Goro. So that's not something that you will have to worry about. Now, here's the perfect segue. Oh, before I get to the next person, the Great Kung Lao confirmed. Now, perfect segue. Goro. Goro being in Mortal Kombat 12. Now, as far as being a playable character, that's still up for debate. He did sit out Mortal Kombat 11, so it's possible that he can return. Now, he is on the list, but this is not confirmed. I cannot confirm Goro. However, he may appear in story mode as an NPC or in some of the endings. That's what I'm told there. Or he may come in the realm of DLC. But remember, Goro and the Great Kung Lao have ties with each other, so should they include him, more than likely he would probably come for the story mode. Now, Cyrex will most certainly be in Mortal Kombat 12. They are going to turn up with him. You probably wondering, why wasn't Cyrex in MK11? Well, one, that's because they were not finished with the design. So what they did was they imported Sector and Cyrex from MKX directly into MK11. That's why all of the moves were still the same, literally the exact same. And they put them in story mode because their characters were not done in time. Their new designs, none of that stuff was done. So it only makes sense for them to import those characters, and they saved a lot of money on having those characters imported into MK11. That's the fantastic part about it right there. But they will be in MK12 with a brand new full design. And for those of you wondering, yes, if you're wondering, Cyrax will have a version of his human form, and I'm told he's supposed to play a prominent role in story mode. Now we're moving on to Sector. Sector will be completely rebuilt and rebranded, meaning he's going to have some completely sick gear. Now, the designs that Sector and Cyrax were supposed to have, they were not ready until RoboCop character into the game. So you know what they did? When the designs were ready, they took and gave all of that to RoboCop. That's the reason why RoboCop looks the way he looked, because RoboCop has the ketchup and mustard skins. Mind you, they were not done in time, so what they had to do was to make sure that they got it into the game, and they did it in the form of RoboCop because they paid for those designs. They just weren't done in time due to everything that was going on in the world, so RoboCop ended up with it. Now, Bo Raicho, the big belly hamburger eating, can I get a number 9, a number 5, a number 6, a number 16, and 14 drinks, will be making its return in Mortal Kombat 12. You're probably wondering in what capacity. Well, in the capacity that he will be training people at the Wuxi Academy under the guidance of Liu Kang. So that's what he's going to be doing. With that being said, we can go ahead and put Bo Raicho down as a confirm according to my source, along with Sector and Cyrax. Now, Cassie. Cassie has been one of the most played characters in Mortal Kombat 11, and she is the fan favorite of a lot of people that plays tournaments. So she will be returning because she is a fan favorite according to my source. So shout out to Big Cass. She will be returning. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with her in the game, but I can tell you now that she has graduated as far as ranking up, she will be playing a prominent part in Mortal Kombat. Now, I am told they're going to do a chaos story mode, meaning it's going to be all over the place. So tune in for that trailer I'm going to be dropping. You want to keep your eyes out open for that too. Now, Jackie. Of course, wherever Cassie goes, Jackie is going to be there too. So Jackie will definitely be help defending the Earth against the things that are going to be coming. Jackie is ready. She got her gun. She got everything she needs because ancient evil force is going to be coming to take on the combatants. Again, that's going to be in that trailer I will be putting out. Now, everyone's favorite villain who comes from the city that you love to hate, the Kiting Queen, Devura. Now, she is going to be in the game, and she's going to piss a lot more people off. This is her thing. She's a really good job at what she do, and I'll just say this much. According to my source, she is one of the most favorite characters at NRS that they use to get people hot. Now, you know how some movies have comic reliefs? Well, Johnny Cage is the comic relief in Mortal Kombat, period. Whether it's 11, 1, whatever. He is the comic relief. Well, Devora, her thing basically is to piss you off. That's her thing. That's what she's here for, to piss you off. So she does a really good job at that, and anytime they need somebody clapped, they send her to do it. Now, Kotal Khan. I'm told Kotal Khan is most certainly still up for a decision, meaning that he may or may not appear in Mortal Kombat 12, but by them getting rid of Shao Kahn, a Khan will be involved in Mortal Kombat 12. So that's something we're going to have to stay tuned for. Again, he goes down as a question mark according to my source. There is still time for them to work these things out. They're nearing towards the end of the game. I will tell you this much. Some people, if their stories are not done in time enough, they will be used as NPCs, just like just like Sector and Cyrax was at the time. Now, Aaron Black. Aaron Black will most certainly be returning. Aaron Black has been one of the most impressive characters. He has done fantastic in MKX, and he's done an even better job in MK11. So he is definitely around to stay. He's become one of the most successful Mortal Kombat characters that they have introduced, right beside Cassie and Jackie. So you can expect your boy Aaron Black to be returning in Mortal Kombat. Now, on top of that, we go to Kano. Kano's most certainly a no-brainer. Everybody loves Kano, but Kano doesn't have enough power to where he can guarantee himself a slot in Mortal Kombat 12. Remember, they're going to be introducing another Black Dragon member, actually 2 more people that may actually take his spot this time. So this is something we have to keep an eye out for to see what's going to happen with this. Kano does have a high chance of making it, but maybe he won't. But according to my source, he is on the list where they can just slap him on the current roster and everybody can be happy that way. Now Jax is a super duper no-brainer. I don't see them leaving Jax out of a game. Jax is most certainly one of the people that gets in the game, gets it handled, gets it done, and he's the most important part of the special forces. So my source has told me that Jax will be back to play his role in Mortal Kombat 12, so you can put a confirm beside him. Now let's talk new characters. We got Kai. Now, I'm told Kai also will be returning in Mortal Kombat 12 to help with the Wuxi Academy to take the position of Earthrealm's protector. Now, I know a lot of you gonna say that's Fujin's job, but it's looking like Fujin may not return for Mortal Kombat 12. That is still up in the air. We have no information as far as on if that's going to be confirmed or not, according to my source. Now, when it comes to Kai, they're looking to implement Kai as he is one of the older characters that never got the opportunity he needed, and he was supposed to be in, I believe it was Mortal Kombat X he was supposed to be in, that he did not get the opportunity to be in, along with Serena. Now, Raiko will most certainly be in Mortal Kombat 12. It is confirmed that he will be in Mortal Kombat 12 according to my source. So this right here, you guys can go ahead and get excited if you're a Raiko fan. He will be returning. This is the reason why he was highlighted in the movie, and not only was he highlighted in the movie, we had an independent credible leaker come out and give the same information that I gave you guys at least a month before he gave you the information. I told you guys that Raiko will be returning with a new moveset, a new look, buffed up, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And if you're watching this video and MK12 is already out and it's like a year later, look how correct I was. Crazy how that works, right? Alright, so let's continue. After Raiko, we have Jarek. Now, I'm told that Jarek gets a full rebrand. He is one of the characters that if he do not make the main roster, he will be removed and placed on the DLC list. And if he don't make DLC, he will make NPC, which is non-playable characters. So that's basically how they operate and determine which character is going to be main roster, which one's going to be DLC, and which one's going to be NPC. It's all about sales at the end of the day. If they feel like you can push some units, they'll put you on the base game. If they feel like you can bring in the type of money on your own, then they'll put you as a part of a pack that'll make it more appealing. Now, Tazia is one of the new females. She's a Black Dragon member or whatever the case is, and they are looking to bring in more women. So I'm told by my source that she is a high candidate to return in Mortal Kombat 12 along with Nitara. That's why Nitara was highlighted in the movie, so people can come familiar with Nitara and, you know, basically had her updated compared to the last time that they've heard anything about Raiko or Nitara. That was the reason for her movie appearance. So you can go ahead and mark Nitara down as officially confirmed for Mortal Kombat 12 according to my source. Now, No Face is most certainly on the list to be in Mortal Kombat 12. However, it does not look like he's going to make the playable character list or the DLC list, based on the fact that he does not have the popularity that everybody would like for him to have. So it would be a risk for NRS. They really would have to do a lot of things to make him different. But what I can tell you this, according to my source, is No Face is a blank canvas, meaning that he's only been in one Mortal Kombat game and they can do whatever they want to do with him. He's a character, for those of you that don't know, that uses flamethrowers, bombs, and grenades and things of that nature. We're already going to have somebody on the roster like that, which is Striker. So it will be a direct conflict with him and Striker unless they give him like rocket launchers. He can shoot off his shoulders and those type of things. But remember, Sector has a flamethrower also, so it will be a conflict of interest for some of the moves. I would love to see how they would pull it off, or they probably would just not include him at all. Now, Motaro is one of the characters that they had on the list for pre-order bonus. Really quick, if you haven't seen one of my other videos, the pre-order bonuses that they were thinking of was Havoc, Motaro, and it was also Onaga, and it was one other person that they had. Go watch that video and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about there. Now we'll move on to the next person, which is Onaga. Onaga is supposed to be one of the big bad villains of the story that escapes out of the void on top of a brand new ancient evil that has been released due to the fact of what Chronica has going on. Again, I'll release the more of that information in the trailer, so stay tuned for that. Melina will most certainly be in Mortal Kombat 12, because if she is not, I'm told by my source, the millions of souls will cry for their queen to return. NRS made a major mistake by releasing Melina for MK11, because now you gave fans exactly what they wanted, and they're going to expect to get that every time she's not in a game. Shout out to the fans. I mean, it's not really a bad problem to have, because at the end of the day, people want a character that you created, and Melina sold massive numbers. Simple as that. Now, next person on this list is Kung Jin. Kung Jin is one of the most underrated characters from Mortal Kombat X, along with Takeda, and them not putting them in Mortal Kombat 11, I have been told, was a major mistake for them not to include them. But the reason was all the slots for the story mode was filled, and they did not have room for them to do anything. It would have been a waste of characters, so it was better to not include them, because look how much their popularity has been built by not including them into the game instead of having them standing around. For those of you familiar with Mortal Kombat 11, there's a lot of characters that they included that was just standing around in the background doing some of the fight scenes, doing absolutely nothing, watching their people get beat up, dragged, and tarnished, things of that nature. Now, another person that you knew this person was coming, Havoc. Havoc is confirmed to be in Mortal Kombat 12 as part of the Chaos Realm, so you want to stay tuned so you can get more information on that. His design is one of the most nastiest and gruesome designs that I have seen, so I'm going to be doing a video on Havoc's moveset and things they plan to include. If that's something you want to see, sound off in the comment section below. That is question number 1. Now we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. After Havoc, I'm told that they're going to be including Hotaro, because when it comes to the Chaos Realm, you got to have the Order Realm. Now, my source did tell me that Liu Kang will be recruiting people to protect the Earth. Which better way to restore order to the timeline than hiring Hotaro, who is all about order? So he will be bringing soldiers from the Order Realm to help defeat your boy Havoc, who is bringing people from the Chaos Realm along with this ancient evil. So that's the information that I have here. I know this video was quite a bit long, but I wanted to make sure you had everything that you need. I want to pass another question off to you guys in the comment section below. How do you feel about this list and the detailed information that go with it? Did it make sense to you as to why some of the characters were included and why the other ones were not? When my source explained it to me, it all came together perfectly. I completely understand why all that stuff came along. Now, I'm gonna give you a little fun fact. The reason why Sonya was killed off in Mortal Kombat 11 story mode, because they did not have anything to do with her character, meaning that they could not have two Sonyas doing things on the screen, because Sonya is such a serious character. So it made more sense for them to have two Johnny Cages, because one Johnny Cage is the comic relief, which makes the older Johnny Cage look good by showing his maturity. Doing that with younger Sonya and older Sonya, it would have been a bad idea. As you can see, the younger Sonya was just like the older Sonya. She was cocky, she was confident, she was humble, she was everything across the board, and she'll still put boots to asses if she need to. So that's why they killed off Sonya in Mortal Kombat 11, according to my source. That's the reason why we did not get her. Now, I can go ahead and tell you right now, I'm looking forward to this reveal that they have for Mortal Kombat that's coming up. It's been a while that we've waited. They got something massive coming our way. I got my fingers crossed. I'm excited and I'm ready for them. So I want to pass this question off to you guys in the comment section below. Which characters that you heard on this list that you want to be in Mortal Kombat 12? I'm gonna go ahead and pick my 3. I'm only gonna pick 3. I'm gonna make it hard for y'all. We're gonna pick 3. I'm gonna pick Havoc, I'm gonna pick Serena, and I'm also going to pick, let's see, who else would I want? I want No Face. Havoc, Serena, and No Face is who I want. Those are my 3 characters. I would love to know who your 3 characters is. Sound off in the comment section below. And for those of you that commented on my last video, you guys said that you wanted me to do that documentary that I asked you guys, did you want? So guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be working on that documentary, and I will try to have that documentary out for you guys within a couple of days. So you got to give me some time to work on that. Now, I also want to give a shout out to Barney Stinson. This is his 6 Mortal Kombat character list from the previous video, which was called the MK12 Big Reveal. His list was Striker, Kano, Smoke, Nightwolf, Sindel, and Reptile. That was his list that he had. I'm gonna go ahead and read, let's say about 2. I'll do about 2 more. So give me a second here. Let's go ahead and pull up this list for y'all so we can see. Give me a second. I was gonna do 2 more, but for some reason my thing is not loading. Okay, so while I load this, let me just go ahead and say this. I truly appreciate you guys watching the videos. It means a lot. Trust me, it means more than you can imagine. I just know this is going to be a really good game, and we got so many more things that are going to be coming our way. So make sure you stay completely tuned. You don't want to miss out. Now, Chris Likes Your Mom, shout out to him. His top 9 was: I want to see Nitara, Serena, Jataka, Havoc, Kotal Khan, Reptile, Hotaru, Frost, and Tanya return. Miles Osborne most wanted list is Baraka, Reptile, Goro, Shiva, Quan Chi, and Raiko. Now, I know a lot of you gonna be like, why didn't I mention Baraka on this list? Don't worry, there's a reason. It will be answered in the future. Still waiting for information on that, so stay tuned. Harvey C, the new characters he wants to play as is Serena, Nitara, Lee Mei, Onaga, and whoever the boss character would be on top of Tazia. For returning characters, he loved to play Cetrion and Jade. Chronica, he hopes she is not a low tier version. He also wants Tanya, Kitana, Melina, Sindel, Scarlet, Sonya, Shinnok, and Shao Kahn. Let's keep this going, okay? I'm gonna do 1 more list. Now, Brandon Dotson wants Bo Raicho, Tyra, Darius, Meet, Jared, and a new female African character. So again, guys, I want to make something clear really quick. Just because you did not hear one of your favorite combat characters on the list, that does not mean they're not going to make it into the game. This is just the information that I have access to right now, and this will be updated when there's enough relevant information to put out, because I don't want to just be making roster videos when there's only 2 people that's been added. It needs to be a massive video so you guys can get all the information you need. So I'm not going to hold you guys too much longer. I'm gonna let you get out here. Remember to smash that subscribe button and turn on post notifications, as this is your brand new favorite and exclusive place for Mortal Kombat daily content. Peace out.